know that statistics show that people from certain cultures and certain backgrounds are far more likely they come from backwards cultures. They have no right to be here. They should be deported as bare minimum.
Sure. I think one of the main things he's saying that are wrong is that there are some cultures, by which he means non-white, who are disproportionately represented when we know that 36% of this country's population.
This debate about illegal immigration exposes everything wrong with the woke liberals. What is telling is she condemns him for saying crime stats are high among illegal immigrants, not because she knows it to be untrue, but because she doesn't want to hear the facts. She completely overreacts emotionally. She's controlled by her feelings. Then she brings out the race card. Of course she does, when she's losing the argument. Apparently, he means anyone who isn't white is out attacking women. Hong Kongers, Japanese, South Koreans, they aren't out attacking women. They aren't on this chart. The last time I checked, they weren't classified as white. It's men from certain countries in the Middle East, Africa, and parts of the Balkans in East Europe. That's not racism, that's a fact, and it corresponds to what I've seen with my own eyes. It's her who is pushing dangerous rhetoric by refusing to acknowledge the truth. It's nothing to do with racism. It's the fact we have people coming here illegally without our permission, committing crime, all the while we are paying for their food, healthcare and medicine. It's nonsense for her to say there is no difference between cultures. If that were the case, every country would have the same crime stats. Clearly, there is a difference. It was great to see him just dismiss her cries of racist. Everyone is terrified of being accused of racism. Anyone who walks around the UK knows it's laughable to say we are an inherently racist nation. We have people here from all over the world. The fact is, people do not want hotels full of illegal immigrants. They've made that very clear. One can only hope the government starts listening to their concerns. Take a listen to this.
We know that statistics show that people from certain cultures and certain backgrounds are
Absolutely
far more
that's absolutely erroneous.
commit crimes like
you can't say no
assault
until he's finished the sentence.
and sexual harassment. We know
lie.
that. And if you care about women's safety, yes, of course, I'm as much of a feminist as anyone else, and I think domestic British men, but they don't go out and rape women 10 minutes after arriving in the country.
Right, immediately.
They come from backwards cultures. They have no right to be here. They should be deported as bare minimum. And I think these people are absolutely right to be protesting. I'd be sick to death of it too. They're in every community up and down this country. We didn't want them here in the first place. And not only is it bad enough that we're funding these people to live in hotels, but they're also going out onto the streets and attacking innocent people.
All right, OK, but you're doing that thing of starting with migrants and then moving across to as if all of them are sexual aggressors, which they're not.
No,
right?
not all.
Okay, right.
All of
so
them
just want to make
sure.
Okay, Nilofer,
likely to be.
Answer him.
I don't really need to say anything. I mean, that was just dangerous, frankly.
Speaking the truth is not dangerous.
Hang on, Christian, let her respond.
What you're saying is dangerous. You are conflating things. You are landing a narrative that you know is going to get people riled up. You have made these big, bold claims that you have no right making because they're not connected once and for all. And a very, very important point. If you care so much about my safety as a British woman, why don't you go protest the fact that the number of people who are accused and sent to jail of rape in this country is at 2%? Why don't you come with me at the next rally
is anything
and go
he
against
said,
that?
Just be
clear.
Yes,
of course it is. Because
what did he say that was wrong? Just because you haven't gone to that.
Sure. I think one of the main things he's saying that are wrong is that there are some cultures, by which he means non-white, who are disproportionately represented when we know that 36% of this country's population is white British male, and they are overrepresented in sexual violence and rape cases. So we know statistically that white men are overrepresented in those groups.
I don't know.
Where is your outrage?
I don't know that. OK.
But firstly, I mean, you've just said yourself, there is a massive problem in this country with rape convictions of a whole. So I'm afraid we can't just take the conviction rate, because a lot of people are not reporting these incidents, they're not reporting being sexually harassed. You know, the amount of young men loitering around city centres, wolf whistling, harassing women, they're not, a lot of them aren't British. Why are they here in the first place? Are they not contributing anything? And once again, we hear this argument that you can't speak the truth because if people hear the truth, they get angry. They have a right to be angry.
Women say time and again, the people that abuse us are predominantly men. Why are you attacking them for being migrants and not for them being rapists?
Because
that's my
we can
problem.
stamp out a large proportion
It's not a large
of
proportion,
sexual harassment.
they're a minority.
Well, there's an enormous per capita issue here which we're not addressing. And we can we can commensurately decrease the number of assaults and harassment in this country by properly vetting who's coming here and not taking in people from objectively
You're not being serious unless you include everyone in this debate.
Let's pause. Understood. I mean, his point probably is he can't throw out white British, but he can do something about migrants. That's basically what he's saying. But that's...
All right, fine, then let's just throw them all out. But there has to be due process, doesn't there? Unless you're fully supportive of just chucking people out because you don't like how they live.